Hey everyone, I hope that you're doing well. Look, 2 days in a row. Um, just wanted to make a quick video and kind of expand on my previous video of mindset. Something that I was just thinking about last night actually, when it comes to mindset, is that if you truly believe and understand that each and every struggle that you go through has been given to you for a purpose, and that you can gain some sort of skill or value from it despite your struggling, then I ultimately believe that no matter how much you're losing the fight or the battle with whatever your struggle is, I think you're still winning. I think you're still winning, to be honest, because you know that if you're willing to put your best foot forward every day and work towards overcoming whatever challenges you're faced with, you'll eventually overcome that struggle and you'll gain that value and that skill set that has come from that unique experience or struggle. I thought that was pretty good. I mean, just kind of changes your perspective on certain challenges that you're faced with. And it kind of helps you understand that struggling might not always be a bad thing. I feel like, or not necessarily struggling, but, well, struggling and just, I guess, just the bad things that can happen to a person. If you see them as bad, then that's how they'll appear. But if you just see them as something else happening in your life, and you do whatever is possible and in your control, then you'll only ever end up on top. And a lot of that comes from mindset. So other than that, I'm kind of just living life and trying to push myself. There's not really much else coming to my mind right now. Something that I've actually found value in kind of shaping that mindset has been listening to things that are good for me. And what does that look like? First off, let's break it down. Let's break it down. I think that the things that I think are good, or the videos, or the podcasts, or whatever I may be listening to, they align with my values, and they play just a huge role in shaping how I think about certain things. They shape my perspective. And I would honestly encourage each and every one of you to kind of make it a habit to just listen to some audios on YouTube, like some podcasts. And whether it doesn't necessarily have to be one topic either. It can be self-development. It could be just learning something new. Like, it doesn't have to be anything special. I think just putting good things into your brain that can only help you tackle this world better will only do good for you. And it's just a matter of making it a habit. Now, I'm not saying that you have to spend like 30 minutes to an hour or even 2 hours doing this every day, because I understand that that's how long some audio or podcasts can be. But I would invite you all to just listen, even start with like 5 minutes, even like to make progress for yourself. It doesn't have to be 50 minutes or an hour. I don't know why I said 50 minutes. That's rather specific. But it doesn't have to be an hour at the beginning. Perhaps that's something that you work up to. But building a habit is just in the smaller steps that we take. And so I think it would be a good idea to just try listening to even 5 minutes of something. Now, who knows how much value you can gain from 5 minutes of a podcast? But you never know. You never know. And a lot of that as well in the 5 minutes isn't necessarily about gaining as much value as possible. It's more so just about taking action and building that habit of opening podcasts, or like I said, just whatever your go-to would be for that positive energy, let's just say. That's something that I feel it could just be life-changing and kind of help you kind of gain self-awareness, as well as it allows you to reflect on some of the things that are being said, and how I think I'm looking at it more of like a self-development kind of angle or perspective. Because if you're listening to a podcast that is talking about developing yourself or self-mastery, then that's when I feel it's most natural to self-reflect and kind of see how what they're saying applies to your life. Does it? Does it apply to your life? Are you willing to make the change for yourself if it isn't? And what sort of things do you value? I think that's an important discussion to have with yourself, is what do you value? What do you value? What do you value? And once you have a stronger grasp of the things that you value in your life, I would think that it only brings more clarity for how to make certain decisions that you're faced with. Sometimes it's just easier to gain that herd mentality and make the choices that those around you are making for themselves. And it might not necessarily be something that aligns with your values or where you see yourself in the next couple of years. And so it kind of just starts with that firm understanding and foundation of who you are, where you want to go, and what values you need to have to get there. And that's definitely not easy. I'm just going to say it. That is not easy. Knowing your values and knowing which values are perhaps just more valuable. Yeah, right. Just how should you prioritize your values, I guess, or which values align with certain destinations you want to have in your life. I mean, and I speak for myself when I say this, but if I'm not exactly where I want to be in life, clearly I'm prioritizing the wrong things. And so it's really just about bettering yourself 1% every day and just being super self-aware. Self-awareness will never do you any harm. It will only lead to a happier and more successful life. And how does one become self-aware? From my experience, and this isn't to say that I'm some professional, it's just something that I oftentimes think about, self-awareness, that is. I think to be self-aware, I mean, I'm sure it entails a lot more than this, but to me, I would say it's just about being attentive to your emotions and the emotions that you experience when certain things are happening. But it's also, now that I think about it, and this could be entirely wrong, I'm kind of just saying what's on my mind. I think self-awareness could also stem from kind of viewing yourself, but from other people's perspective. So, I mean, a weird example, and I don't even know if this would work. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. I just don't think it's an accurate example. But I just think that self-awareness is huge, and it's what will help you grow as a person. And in some ways, too, it will also help you kind of identify what you value. Because personally, I'm not going to continue valuing something that makes me feel bad or negative or just brings terrible emotions to me. And so I would say that just being aware of how you feel and where you want to go and what's making you feel that way as well. Anyways, in summary, I would just say that in the next couple of days, you could try to listen to more uplifting audios or podcasts and really just put positive things into your mind. Try to make a habit of it. Really just be kind to yourself, have grace as you're trying to build up that habit, but just in general, just have grace. Don't be too hard on yourself. I would say just try to be as self-aware as possible and have a conversation with yourself on the things that you value versus where you want to go, and kind of look at their alignment with each other, your values and your future destination, that is. Just kind of see if what you're valuing now would help get you any closer to where you want to be or who you want to be. And so I'll leave you all with that. I hope that you all have a restful night. Be productive. Take time for yourselves. And yeah, we'll talk soon. See you later. Bye.